It's back. We're back at the Blue Bowl and Crip Bowl, Washington 299 in the second quarter.
They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And then here the defense wins.
Like I said, first man. Here we go.
Young now.
Hey guys. Another
touchdown, Carolina. Deontay Johnson, 59 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2. And Young's going to throw for this. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the
7, 1, 2.
5-point game.
Yeah. Wow.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. In motion right is Ridley. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Able to slip it by. And they can't bring him down. 27 yards there, a first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Now it's Flacco. That's dumped off to Pollard. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Cockrell holds it in left side. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll run forward with Pollard.
Got it. Exactly.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Then he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
This is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and edges.
Pussies. Somebody open? Somebody open. First down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Got that first and goal, and there's still a
Now
more
Flacco.
opportunity. You get a touchdown. Found it.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Sean Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination.
Just got easier. Now, you should get that. We can help you with that. Visit your neighborhood Total Wireless store. Offer ends January 7, 2026. Subject to device availability, device tax, and fees may apply. New activation.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's a give to Spears.
Market.
Throw us down.
Save 20% on select raw and cooked shrimp through November 22nd. Chilled shrimp cocktail.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Looks like a free play here for Flacco.
Holiday special. Thanksgiving.
And this is...
Gwen Stefani.
For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Starting at 7 p.m. The insurance isn't the same as State Farm.
Touchdown, tight end.
Now Folk for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers offense and Deontay Johnson set to take over again. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinator's probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Second down and a little more than a yard here. On the counter, this is Hubbard. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now here's Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
Flacco off play action. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Flacco. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Out of the gun again to Pollard. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They're going to break up with Flacco. So there, the time is easy up the time.
Flacco. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The old quarterback and better quarterbacks are doing nice.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Young from the shotgun. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Henry, the former Boston College Eagle. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we are hitting the home stretch here toward halftime. It's been an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium has to regroup a little bit, including the total bus. Yeah, I think we have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see what we can get going for the second half. The same as these teams, because right now everything's working really well. Can someone come up with something to slow them?
Throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. And Xavier Wood. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Xavier Wood.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Take a look at Deontay Johnson as this offense runs back out. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. Second quarter down on the scoreboard, you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly. Across for a Panthers touchdown. Xavier Leggett on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have now moved out in front. Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
Ready.
Looking to throw, Young being chased out left. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6.
You feel good for the holidays? I got Jamari on the line. How would you like to come to the party, Jamari?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Oh, fine. The kick is good.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Time for Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense to take over now. They'll try to generate some more steam on offense down on the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot. Start over again and try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the second quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. Passing play, Flacco.
Open.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Here's Flacco. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10. Flacco looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 19. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They decide.
And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Flag comes in. That might be a free play. Now over the sideline, a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Back to throw now on first down. This is caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 34 yards. And the Titans are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
On for the extra point is Folk. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Panthers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And you get a look at the numbers, so they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point.
They got time. Get the line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Young now from the 50.
Is that buddy?
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Young's incompletion on first. To a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Oh,
This one
good.
incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's
Catch
third
that ball.
down. Yeah, here's Young. This might be a free play.
Oh,
That's
he
incomplete,
open.
but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Strong.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
It's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Young will set to throw. That caught by Trimble. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tommy Trimble in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there.
Well, he's free going down the left side. And he takes it into the end zone across the...
In the house.
Is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
In motion left, that's Thielen.
3rd down, Young from the gun.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down with Hubbard. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
In motion, the tight end. Young now. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
We'll continue to cover the day's news. The top restaurants, expertly working for us here.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Young to throw it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Bryce Young,
A 10-yard touchdown run.
and the Panthers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2. And Young's going to throw for this.
And that is caught for the 2 points.
Did you know free new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? It's a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. All work is performed by factory-trained technicians using genuine Toyota parts. Toyota Cares will keep your new Toyota running like, well, a Toyota. Only the company U.S. and Alaska. Think easy, Toyota, until Texas.
$2 days. Flag at Yamaha Resort Casinos in Midwell. Points Casino Resort in Las Vegas. Your chance to be a millionaire. Plus, Yamaha members can earn entries online through December 1st. Join us for 2
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Over 1,300 people will win a share of over $2.5 million.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half.
School 16 terms restrictions apply. Such change. The entity defense session for details. Picture your holiday time. The family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Ralph's, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. They juked him. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Flacco. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That last catch, a big one, folks. He's now gone over 300 yards receiving in this game. It is a game for the ages. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Flacco points the target, and he hands it over the middle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Flacco. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Pollard will take it up the gut. Gets around him. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options and making an agreement. You can assume your current health of the drug plans as we.
Here's Pollard again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Bootleg, Flacco. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Titans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out, and he lets his back leak out towards the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride, he's able to take it into the end zone. On
for the extra point is Folk.
And a good job on the hold there as this is good through the snow, and this game is tied. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Yep. Right.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Oh.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now here's Young. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now Young. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is second and 10. Young going to give to Brooks. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Young. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Looking to throw, Young. Got a man, that's Liggett. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. Young off the bootleg. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but it's knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Down to the ground. 3rd and 14.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Yeah. Good for you.
This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. This is up and good from Pinheiro, and they have regained the lead. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this third quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Titans offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Pollard going to try the right side. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Flacco looks to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Young to throw it. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. To pass, Flacco. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Once more, it's Flacco. He gets this one to Boyd. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running right, it's Pollard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Play action, Flacco.
Throw here taken in by Wiley, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's Flacco. He completes it to Boyd. And he doesn't quite make it, taking